Hello, everybody! Tonight I'm doing a master class. I was supposed to do it earlier in the day. Then I said, I want to see who the real hustlers are. I said, I want to see who the real people are out there that I want to learn how to actually fix their credit, want to learn how to build credit, want to learn how to get to the top. So right now, I said, I'm going to record this credit quote unquote 101 tonight, and I'm going to post it tonight and see how many people watch it. This is going to be great. So I'm going to be searching up some stuff online because I'm not really, in the sense I'm talking to you, I'm not really looking up anything. But what I do want to do is look up a fake credit report. So let's see if we can find a fake credit report. Let me just, let's see if we can find a fake credit report. I just want somebody's credit. One? Yeah, that'll work. So what do we want to do over here? We want to do credit 101. We want to go through credit 101. Where's that inquiry? Nope, that didn't work. Okay. And what am I doing? I want to explain to you the basics. The basics of credit. Understand the basics of credit. How to get to the 850 credit score. How to get to the top. But where does it start? Well, first it starts with good habits. It starts with knowing that every time that you go to work, that every paycheck that you make could be your last, first and foremost. And that, second, that because it's your last, that credit is not an extension of your paycheck. And I always say this in all my classes, anybody that I'm talking to, I always say this to them, that you really have to understand that credit is not an extension of your paycheck. If you can understand that, you will succeed at credit better than anybody else. And that is the truth. Understanding that credit is not an extension of your paycheck is crazy. So, how do you use credit to get you the award points, to get you all the stuff that you want? So let's use $1,000 a week as a paycheck. Okay, if you make $1,000 a week as a paycheck, okay, you want to put some money away to savings. Okay, let's think of, I want to put 20% away for savings, so 20% is going to be $200, and then 80% is going to be what I can spend on my bills, food, and anything else that I want. Okay, so you got 800 bucks. When we do this, what we do is anything that we spend, our bills, our cars, car insurance, anything that you can credit. You're going to spend it, might as well get something for it. Okay? Go to the grocery store, credit. You go to pay your car, credit. If you don't know how to do that, I'll teach you how to do that in the next one. Okay, that'll be in a master class. To teach you how to pay your car with credit will be in a master class. We're not going to do that on a video. We're going to do that in a master class. To pay your rent with credit, another one in a master class. But these are things that you should be doing all the time. Is using your credit to pay the bills that you're already paying, and stop that. And don't stop going any further than that. That's why I say stop that. That's from that point on, nothing else. The savings account is supposed to be the rainy day fund, or as I like to call it, the oh shit fund. Okay? So that 20% that you put in, that 200 bucks, that's just going to keep collecting. You don't even know that exists. Do me a favor, take that money from the bank account that you normally charge and put it in another bank account. Because what happens is everybody should have more than one bank account, first and foremost. Never rely on one bank. Have more than one bank account in different banks. So don't have like, oh, I have three different banks accounts in one bank. No. God forbid that bank ever wants to shut you down. You have nowhere else to put your money. always be prepared to put your money somewhere else and be able to move it quickly. Um, Navy Fed, great bank. Chase, great bank. I actually like an online bank. Discover Bank, Discover Credit Card. They have a bank with a cash back debit. If I can find here it is. If I can find my credit stack, I can actually show it to you. So again, like I say, I always practice what I preach. Here, Discover Debit. Discover Debit. Best thing that you can do, I pay my car on the debit card because I get cash back on it. So that's another hack. Learning how to get cash back rewards on a debit card. So you're getting credit utilization, but on a debit card. Crazy. Um, then you want who else could be another good bank? I don't personally like Bank of America. I don't personally like Citibank. Um, I've used Chime. Chime's not a bad bank. Not my favorite, but if you got no other choice, Chime is definitely good. For all of you that have American Express accounts, American Express is definitely a good bank to deal with. Um, if you're looking for brick and mortar, credit unions are really good. So that's always the best thing to do. Building a banking relationship is number one. So credit 101, build a bank relationship. Show them that you can move money back and forth. Okay? That you have money coming in, you know how to save money, you know how to put it in. And if you guys think I'm jumping around, this all plays into it. These extra bank accounts that you have that you're moving money through is what you should do. Like for example, I have a Chase card with $1,500 on it, right? That I'm able to spend. I know that my Chase card utilizes 2% cash back for gas. Just using this as an example. So what do? I take my reports and I'm creating a form that I'm going to give to you guys to use to manage your expenses. Um, but I put my money into this bank account. Say I open with Chase. I'll put enough money into the account to cover all the gas payments for the month. So if I know I spent $500 on gas, well, every week out of that $1,000, I'm going to put $125 into that account. I know that that's what's going to cover in gas for me, and I use that card to pay gas. This is good, proper spending. Pay your bills on time. That's how you're paying your bills on time. That's moving the money around from bank to bank. That's building banking relationships. That's building up so that the bank can trust you. Let's be real. How does the bank get you in trouble? They watch your spending habits and then they keep raising that limit. They're going to raise it automatically when they see that you can move money. When you can move money in and out of their credit cards and they're getting it back, they get frustrated because they can't catch you because you're not making any interest money on you. Um, for example, yesterday I went to Best Buy. I bought something in Best Buy. I think it was like $35 or $40, right? So what did I take? I took the 5% cash back from Best Buy, right? That they gave me, and the guy was like, "You've got to pay that back quickly. You're going to get stuck in the interest, this, that, and the other thing." How to pay back things quickly. If you know that you need to buy a product, and that product, for example, just going to use this as an example, costs $1,000. Say you buy a TV, right? You allocate a payment every week for that TV. So what does that mean? If the TV costs $2,000, you'll pay that TV off in 20 weeks. Because you're going to put $100 towards the TV every single week out of every check. So that means that every single week you're paying $100 every single week. That lowers that utilization down. So you'll probably get through, what is that, 20 weeks? 20 weeks, that's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 5 months. In 5 months, your credit score will go up because it dropped because of your utilization, but it will start to go up as you pay it down. And the more you pay it down, the higher it will go. Oh, excuse me. The higher it will go. because your utilization is going down, they show that you're a proper client. Shows that you can pay your bills. Again, raising your utilization to be able to buy more stuff because they want to put you into the trap. They want you to have as much spending power as possible so that they can trap you. The more that they can trap you, the more the money they can make. Because what's the goal? The goal is to get you to pay interest. The goal is not to get to pay the product. The goal is to get to pay the interest. And if the interest is 29%, right? A year, what is that? 200 on a $2,000 product, 29 is would be like almost $600 on top of what the product is per year that you can't pay it. So every year that you can't pay that $2,000, or you just keep making the minimum payment, which they're happy that you're making that minimum payment. They're happy. You want to make that payment as quickly as possible. Don't stretch it out as long as don't pay $100 a month, pay $100 a week. You're paying it all down. Well, why am I paying it a week? Pay 125. Pay 100. Pay 100 plus always. Because you don't want them to let you get into the trap. Remember what I said? When you're buying something, buy what you can afford. Buy as if your paycheck is your last paycheck. Because if you don't have money put away and you lose your job, this is how hundreds of people get into problems. Because they didn't pay off quickly, right? And they ended up with this debt that they couldn't pay back. And then that's how they catch them. Then they charge the interest. Then they garnish their wages, even if they don't have a wage. It's a vicious circle. But how do you stop the circle? Well, first you're in this class, so you're ready to learn. But at the same time, now you're doing good spending habits. I'm not telling you to not go buy what you want. I'm telling you that if you want a glass, right? If you want a glass, make sure you got the cash to back it up. Cash is king. Credit's the queen. Remember that. I'm going to repeat that one more time. Cash is king, but credit's the queen. And the queen can get you so much more. So understanding credit in that accord will help you. Now, utilization. I keep going over this utilization. Utilization is how much money you use on your card. If you use over 30% of your card's credit score will drop. Or that your credit score will drop. Because you're telling the bank you're high risk by just using over 30%. But if you use to 29%, you won't be affected as much. People go, what? That's crazy. Play with it. You got $1,000 card? Use $300 of it. Wait until your time to make the payment. Make a minimum payment plus one, and see what happens in the next month where it drops your utilization down to 20 $273, 70 or $67, whatever the case may be, and see where your credit score is the next month when you drop that. When it's over 30, it will drop your credit score tremendously. When it's under 30, that's where you get the spending power. It's also where you can keep raising your credit limit. Hack. 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 I'm going to say it one more time. Here's the hack. Here's the hack. When you need spending power and you keep your credit limit low, right? All you got to do is call every 6 months and raise your credit limit. You can keep raising your credit limit for an infinite amount of time. So let's say this. You start with $1,000. In 6 months, you go to $2,000. Now you just double your spending power. Now the same thing. You got $2,000. Keep yourself in a nice paying history. And now they bump you up to 4. And then you go from 4, you go to 8. Then you go from 8 to 16. You go from 16 to $32,000, and then all of a sudden you're like, what the heck just happened? Now you got $32,000 in spending power on one card. And what's your 30% utilization at that point? 30% utilization is almost $10,000 versus before was $300. That's how quick it can go up. But you gotta know every 6 months how to call, what numbers to put, and what to do. AKA, that's Nehemiah's rem. Talk to Nehemiah on that one. Um, Next, when applying for credit cards, apply for credit cards sparsely. And what I mean by sparsely, do a stack it, and don't apply again for another 2 years. Don't every Tom, Dick, and Harry store's got a credit card. You don't need it. You don't need every store card. It doesn't provide you anything good. It does not provide you anything good. Anybody tell, oh, well, you can open a credit card with us. No, I'm good. Thank you. I'll pay cash, or I'll use my credit card that I already have. Their store cards don't offer you anything special. They're just trying to get you to get the payment off right there and then. Oh, well, we offer 0% APR for 6 months if you buy it with our credit card. No, I'm good. Thank you. Get yourself good credit cards, and the way that you should get yourself good credit cards is by not having 19,000 of them in your pocket, first and foremost. It's having the heavy hitters in your pocket, which are the big banks, which I will say right now, just for your ideology, big banks are Wells Fargo, Bank of America, JP Morgan Chase, Citibank, and American Express. Sometimes Discover can be thrown in there, but those are the big banks that you're dealing with that are giving out cards. You want to make sure you have at least one card from each, or 5 cards in total from them. So you can have two from Chase, 2 from American Express, 1 from Wells Fargo. Or, like me, you can have 2 from Chase and 3 from Amex. So just know that you need 5 big bank cards, and just got to play into it with that. And know that you don't need every card. For me, I use 3 cards: Cash Preferred card from Amex, my Chase Freedom card, and my Chase Sapphire card. Those are the 3 cards I use. That's all I need. The rest of the every now and again I'll just swipe it just to keep them open and relevant. But that's all I do, and I'm just swiping to keep them open and relevant. And what do you mean by swiping open, keep it open and relevant? Just swipe the card, put $1 on it, and pay it off at the end of the cycle, and you're good. It'll stay open, and they're not going to lower your limit or anything. Because what are they trying to do? They're trying to catch you. They're trying to catch you and get you stuck in the system. But because we know the game, we ain't gonna get caught stuck in the system. We're gonna spend our money and know exactly what to do so that we never get caught in the system. And they'll keep raising our score, and we'll just sit back with like this, sipping a pina colada, and say, "Hey, you ain't never gonna catch us," because that's the whole point. Now, touch base on. Ooh. I wrote some notes down on what I wanted to talk about. So monitoring your credit report. So everybody always goes FICO, 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 FICO. This person, this company, this company, this company, or this person, this person. Here's the thing. 3 programs you should have. First program, Experian. It's free. You don't need all 3. FICO's a sham. What I mean by FICO's a sham, you don't need the 19,000 reports that they pull. You don't need it. Experian provides you a FICO score. That's the score you go off of. You'll be fine. Credit Karma. That's the second one. Credit Karma is free. Again, 2 free programs. And the last is I'll give you a My Free Score Now account. But it is the My Free Score Now that attaches to a software. Why? whether you want to monitor your credit, you want to fix your credit, you want to do anything with your credit, you need a company that you can trust to pull a credit report that will pull into the software so you're not fighting with anything. Since we own a credit repair software, we want to make sure that you guys are pulling into our software and dealing with our company so that, if there are any issues, we can handle it. My personal preference, my free score now is the easiest because they got actual live person customer service while other companies don't. Um, so monitor your credit regularly. So when you have that, I'm logging into my Experian and Equifax and TransUnion on Credit Karma daily. Daily. It's a part of my routine. I get up in the morning. I take a look at my Experian. I take a look at my Equifax and TransUnion. Just make sure, make sure that things are copacetic. If everything's good, go about my day. If something's not there, something's not right, that's when we have to figure out what to do. Apologize. Okay. Next thing. We're going to do a little small one on this. This is going to be just credit mix. As you build your profile back, if you've had bad credit, if you've had no credit, it's building up. And understand this. Your profile mix is huge. Is absolutely huge. Your profile mix is ginormous. So the 5 credit cards we were talking about before, your revolving accounts. You're going to need an installment account. What's the best installment account? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you something over here. But when I tell you this, don't think and say, oh, he told me to go do it. That's why I got to do it. No. When you are capable, buy a car. If you are not capable, do not buy a car. So because you need an installment loan, doesn't mean go out and buy a car. Because I'm telling you to go buy a car. No, I'm saying when you are capable. And I'm not telling you to go buy a 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, $100,000 car. What I'm telling you is buy a car on an installment account. It could be a $5,000 car. It just needs to show the bank that you are capable of making long-term payments. That's why we like installment loans. And then the last but not least, the mortgage. The mortgage is the hardest. So we want to make sure that you guys get that mortgage. You guys get that mortgage. That'll be the last, and that'll be the last piece to get you to 850. So we've covered a lot tonight. And I've just scratched the surface. On the 10 things that I jotted down, I think I've only covered 3. And the reason being is Credit 101 is such a huge class and such a huge thing. We want to make sure that you understand this. We want to make sure that we're not jumping around from place to place and getting you confused. But where we want to go is to go to a place where we can have this in a master class and really have questions come forth. I like being asked questions and talking to people. I don't like staring at my screen. So at the end of the day, I really like to talk to people. So with this one that's done, if anybody has questions, start posting those questions and prepare for this week's masterclass. And we're going to do the Credit 101 masterclass, where we're going to go over how to read a credit report, how to get your utilization down, how to make pay downs. But first and foremost, it's financial literacy, knowing how to manage your money. A lot of people, hey, you can make $2,000 a week. But if you don't know how to keep $2,000 a week, you have a problem. Everybody thinks that if I make 20 G's, I got to spend 20 G's. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You should only be spending a third of what you make. You should be saving another third, and another third should be going into investments. Okay? If you're not ready for that third to go into investments, then put that towards what you need to spend to live. But you need to take that third and put into savings. Live like a poor person for 2 years. Get yourself right. It's going to change your mindset. When you're willing to do what other people are not willing to do, and you're willing to work like other people are not, the other people that are not willing to work, you will set yourself apart. And you will be driving your goal. You will be living in your goal house. And it ain't that hard. It is not that hard to be where you want to be. It is not. You just have to want to be there. Now, I pulled up this credit report, and I'm going to show you why I pulled up this credit report, but we can't see it. So, what we'll do is, next class, I'm going to actually pull up a credit report and go over everything that we need to go over in the master class. But tonight, I do have a call to action to every single person that's here that does watch this. Send me a question. Send me something you want to learn. Send me something that you want to learn about credit. And let's do it. Okay? Everybody have a great night. And I will see everybody tomorrow. I'll record another video in less than 24 hours. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.